Hello guys! Hello everybody! Welcome back to my English examination vlog. So welcome back to the listening skills and listening test for our example number 2. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. Okay, so our question, so let's assume that our instructor or proctor, or let's say, the mentor that will deliver a speech will give you now the test paper in front of you, and he or she will allow you to think it over, read it first, okay, and then for 10 minutes like that, and he will signal also you when to start for listening, so that all of you will be listening simultaneously at one time to the speaker in front of you or to the audio playing in a speaker, because there are two ways how to do that. Okay, so the question goes like this. Questions 4 to 6, because we're in number 2. Okay, questions 4 to 6. This time I want you to distinguish or to look what is really the title. Okay, as I tried to read the story or the content of my speech, then listen to it and create and formulate what's the title based on the content. Okay, you can feel that, okay, because the way how it is being presented, the atmosphere of the content, you can really predict, you can you can establish your own title based on the contents, okay, of the story, or let us say any contents that your mentor had delivered in front of you or in front of the examiners, okay, things like that. So questions number 4 to 6, choose the correct letter, the same instruction, okay. 4 to 6, choose the correct instruction. Guys, you have to be patient. We will still be having 10,000 examples, alright, so that you will become perfect. Okay, sorry, that's joke only. You have to understand what the tips and the hints, whatever type of stories that it will be just the same. How you pattern, how you do the mechanism, how you understand in dealing with the hints and the clues like that. It's gonna be like that only. Okay, but it's an advantage also to master the type of stories that are similar in nature. That would be also good. Just like problem solving in math, right? So it just totally the same thing. You can straightforward have your solution. In English also like that also. But normally, we need to understand really what's gonna be the techniques. Okay? Because whatever it will be changed, then you can understand. Okay? Just like whatever problems are that, if you know how to solve, you know how to derive equations, then you need the techniques how to solve problems in math or whatever, then things like that also will be applied also in English. The only difference is that math use numbers, okay, but English use grammar, vocabulary, things like that. Okay, you get the point. Okay, question 4 to 6, choose the correct letters. Chart the correct letters, okay, A, B, and C, okay, A, B, and C. Here guys, the presentation of our question is not the same before. So here, 1, 2, 3, like that. So in question number 1, so like that, dinner is on, like that. Letter A, Friday at 6 p.m. See, you have to listen very well for this because it's highly specific. 6 p.m. B, Friday at 7 p.m. Like that. Right? It's enjoyable, right? If science is enjoyable, English also is enjoyable for me, right? You get the point. C, okay, Friday, okay, at 7:30 p.m. So all are night, right? 7:30 p.m. Okay. And then question number 2, Beth is, well, like that. A, vegetarian. So you can feel really what's the title, right? So based on the statements from questions from 1 to 3, a vegetarian. Okay. B, unable. Okay, unable to eat anything made from milk. Okay, so you can sense there paraphrase, right? It's very obvious, pretty obvious, right? It's gonna be like that. So ate anything made from milk. Oh, so milk mostly made of what kind of sugar science? It's gonna be lactose or galactose, right? You get the point? So things like that. So maybe lactose and galactose are mentioned in the story. We don't know because that's paraphrase. See, unable to eat anything made from milk. Okay, things like that. Meaning not word for word, not literal, not exactly the words the same. You have to understand. Okay, measuring comprehension in English. Okay, like that. Another C, we have also able to chocolates. Okay, able to chocolate sounds direct, but meaning to say you can eat chocolates. The same meaning. Okay, able to chocolates. See, not word for word, right? Able to chocolate meaning you have the capacity to eat chocolate, or ability to eat chocolate depends on your appetite or in your situation, things like that. Okay, if you love to eat chocolates, right? Number 3, okay, Beth, okay, will need to park. It talks about the car, right? Will need to park like that. For the questions really, guys, there's no issues. It's very easy to read, and the words are not very complexity in nature. Anybody can understand. But the more complex or crucial are in listening. Okay? Because we don't really get right away. Because that's audio. It will just pass immediately. And then when you hear the audio, you cannot write also all. So really difficult. Listening is very difficult. That's why I tackled first the listening. Okay? You got the point. Or listening test. Beth will need to park, okay, A, like that, in another part of the street. Wow. This is also look like very general in common sense, right? In another part of the street. Okay, so it looks like you have also an idea. In another part of the street, there's a lot of streets. It should be mentioned that should be a parking area. Things like that will come to your brain cells immediately, even though you will not hear the story yet. You got the point? It looks like general and not logical. Because he can park anywhere. The best is to park in a parking area, of course. But it's not mentioned, right? So it could be this is wrong. Things like that, you have an idea already. So that there be, even though not hearing yet the audio playing or the story. And the next door, okay, see, next door down. So common sense, next door. The next door you have to park. So it looks like also not logical, right? Letter C. In a car, this is more logical. In a car parked down the road. Okay? Because there's a mention of the park. And the heading is, Beth will need to park. So meaning the key word is park. So even if you are not listening to the story, obviously that would be, I think, the answer. Okay? In a car park. There are things like that also. It will help a lot to save your time also. Okay? That's why you have to underline to make writings, and then later on, if it is really matching the content, then class, make it as an answer. That's why in step number 3, look for possible option answers like that. Okay? Down the road. Well, somewhere down the road, our roads are gonna cross again. It doesn't really matter where, but somewhere down the road. Back. Let us see in a car parked down the road. Okay? Like that. So there are 3 questions. Each have 3 choices in terms of capital letters A, B, C. That's question for number 6. Instruction. Choose the correct letters capital A, B, and C. Now, I need to read now the story. Okay? Like that. Listen carefully. Okay? Students, examiners, listen carefully as I read the story. Okay? This is gonna be our listening test question number 2. Diba? Okay. Nag-enjoy ba kayo, class? Do you enjoy the English examination? Wow. Okay. So it's gonna be the stories here. I screenshot this. Okay? Like this. Okay. Of course, my sources are international, international and world-class sources of information. Okay. It's gonna be like that. So the standards are very high. Okay. So where's the screenshot here? In the gallery. I'm not good in, in phone. Okay. So it's gonna be like that. Okay. So the question goes like this. Oh no, the story. Okay. Say, listen carefully, Hi, Beth. Kaloka. Hi, Beth. Because there's a Beth in the question, right? Hi, Beth. Do you fancy coming round to dinner sometime this week? That sounds lovely. I'm pretty busy at the start of the week, but I'm free on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evening. Great. Let's make it Friday at 7 p.m. then. Oh, sorry. I just remembered that I've got a meeting on Friday and won't finish until at least 6 p.m. So there's no way I'll make it for 7. Shall we make it 7:30 then? Would that be better? Like that. Yes, I'm sure. I'll be able to make it for them. I was thinking of doing a chicken roast with cheesecake to follow. Is that okay? Or are you a vegetarian again? Well, I did go through a vegetarian period a while ago, but I'm not veggie now. However, I have just discovered that I'm lactose intolerant. So I have to avoid any milk products, which means I have to pass on the cheesecake, I'm afraid. Oh, that's all right. I'll just do something else for dessert then. Great. Sorry to be a bother. Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. Oh, by the way, you'll need to park quite fewer doors down because there's building work going on next door and our part of the road is occupied. Okay, thanks for letting me know. See you Friday. Bye. That's the story all about. So what is your title for that? It's very pretty obvious that is an invitation to a dinner. That's the title. Pretty obvious. Okay, now, question number 1. Dinner is on A, Friday at 6 p.m. B, Friday at 7 p.m. C, Friday at 7:30 p.m. As you can recall in your brain cells, Beth said, no, I cannot make it then. It would be better in the 7 p.m. past then. Now, it was not mentioned exactly that it is 7:30 in the story. But the story says 7 p.m. plus or past, meaning to say it's beyond, meaning to say understood to be 7:30 or anything that is beyond 7 p.m. Because there's also a choice in 7 p.m. here, so you'll be confused also, especially when you get in hurry in answering. So your answer will be letter C, Friday at 7:30 p.m. This is what we call paraphrasing in English. Not exactly the same words, how it is being expressed, but it's totally derived on the grammar. Things like that. Okay, letter C is the answer. Check. Letter C. And number 2, Beth is a vegetarian. B, unable to eat anything made from milk. C, able to chocolates. Okay? So it was not mentioned there chocolates. It mentioned there cheesecakes. Okay, so this is ikes. This is wrong, letter C. And then A, vegetarian. Beth is vegetarian before, but now no longer vegetarian. But she can eat selective type of food because she cannot eat milk, meaning lactose intolerant. As I told you, milk is made of lactose. No, lactose is okay. It's mentioned there in the story, but the phrasing of the sentence is not exactly the same on the question. You have also to analyze. Okay, so letter B is the answer. Or we can say that's lactose intolerant, meaning she cannot eat made from milk ingredients or related to milk because of lactose. Sure, thanks like that. So vegetarian is EK. So the answer is letter B. Okay, so C, B na. Okay, question number 3. Beth will need to park A in another part of the road or another part of the street. Okay, no, because this is not mentioned there also, and that is also quite illogical or not logical in the street. And then another part is too general, not specific also. Letter B, next door. Next door is also sound funny, right? Next door, then you will be obstructed by people there. Then no good. You cause disturbance to the public if you are next door only. Parking, right? So letter C, in a car park down the road. So that's best, in the car park. Okay, letter C. So yung answer mga palangga, kung hitad, charot. It's gonna be C, B, and C. Okay, ganon. Friday at 7:30 p.m. Unable to eat anything made from milk, and also in a car park down the road. Okay. Now, if you have a very sharp, memory in your, audible capability, in audio listening, then you can answer perfectly. Things like that. Okay? But there's no such perfection, right? So that's why we need to analyze based on strategies, techniques, how to answer this listening test in English examination in the future. Okay. Any questions so far? If you like this video, then you can also share to anybody else. Okay, and you can also like or whatever, or you can comment down below in the comment section. And then you can also click the notification bell for some newest updates of, science, health, safety, and music channel. And then also you can subscribe to my channel. If you support me, I will be grateful for that also. Okay, so it's up to you, right? You have the full freedom to do or not. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. See you later.